Hi, everybody. This is Mr. LaFond. I just want to work with you today on 8-3, solving right triangles. So this will use some of the trig functions we learned last time, but this time we're going to be using it to find angles. So I'm going to focus on one of the problems. This is question number 13. So for this one, we have a triangle, right triangle, and it's RQP. It's a right triangle, and we know two of the sides. We know one side is 3.1. We know the other side is 8.9. And what we need to do is find all of the missing measurements of this triangle. So we need to find the length, RP. We need to find angle P, and we need to find angle R. We already know angle Q because that's a right angle. So let's start off with the easier of them. Let's do the side first. So we need to find this side right here, RP. Well, that should be pretty straightforward because we already know two of the sides. We know the 3.1 and we know the 8.9. And we know that RP is opposite the right angle, so it's the hypotenuse. So all we need to do is just use Pythagorean theorem. Nothing new here. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, it's going to be the square root of the square of the two sides. So 3.1 squared plus 8.9 squared. All right, and you can do the math on that in your calculators, which you should be familiar with at this point. And so that you should get about a 9.42. So let's move on to the new stuff. So let's take a look at angle P to start off with. So we want to find angle P. And we could technically use any of the trig functions, sine, cosine, or tangent. I want to use, because I think it's usually best to use the givens, because if you use the one you calculated, which you can, if you made a mistake here, that mistake will carry over to your other measurements as well. So I'm just going to want to use the two sides that were given, the 3.1 and the 8.9. So I know tangent. Well, I'm going to find the tangent of the measurement of angle P. Well, if I think about this, well, why did I choose tangent? Well, if I'm thinking about P, right? Well, the two sides I have for P is the 3.1, which is opposite it, and the 8.9, which is adjacent. So, okay. So if I remember that, well, tangent is always what? It's always opposite over adjacent, which in this case is the 3.1 is opposite, the 8.9 is adjacent. And I can divide those two to get about a 3.48. All right, so that gives me the value of tangent, but I want the actual measurement of the angle. So to do that, you have to do what's known as an inverse trig function. And how you write that is, well, I want to find the measurement of angle P. And well, that is going to be the inverse tangent of the ratio we just found, the 0.348. Okay, and that should be a function on your calculator. Okay, remember your calculator needs to be in degree mode. But it's the tangent of the little -1 means inverse. So if you take the inverse tangent of 0.348, well, what do you get? On my calculator, I got about a 19.19, which you can kind of round off to 19 degrees. Okay, now let's find the other one. We're almost there. Now, technically, could you just do 180 minus 90 minus 19? That would be the easy way of doing it. Oops, got an extra line here. Okay. Could I just do, yes, the 180 minus the 90 minus the 19? That would definitely be the easiest way of doing it, and you should get 71. But let's check the trig just to be sure, okay? So again, I'm going to go through this quickly. Well, that tangent, again, is going to be opposite over adjacent. In this case, it's going to be flipped around because now we're looking at measurement of angle R. So now the 8.9 is opposite, the 3.1 is adjacent to it. So basically our ratio is flipped around. So now it's going to be 8.9 over 3.1, which is about a 2.871. Okay, and now we need to do an inverse trig function. So to find the measurement of angle R, and that's going to be equal to the inverse tangent of that 2.871. And again, I'm going to plug that into my calculator, work it out. I get approximately a 70.80 or so, which again is 71 degrees. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that it still works out, even if you did that did the extra work of doing the trig rather than just subtracting it from 180. Doing the 180 minus the 90 minus the 19. Either way gets it done. So that's all I have to say for this unit. So feel free to contact me on MS Teams if you have any questions. Talk to you later. Bye.